Welcome to the GoalZero Toolbox Talk series. Today's Toolbox Talk: Hazard Recognition. Once you train yourself to spot hazards, you'll notice them all around you. They may not always be obvious or immediate concerns, but they can still pose a risk to you and your coworkers. The sooner they're fixed, the better. Spotting hazards is all about anticipation. Start to ask yourself, if I take this action, what might happen? This applies to everything from working in dangerous environments or servicing powered industrial trucks, industrial batteries, or docks and overhead doors to simply walking through the office. Picture yourself walking around a corner with your hands full. When you ask, what might happen? You can anticipate risks like someone else turning the corner at the same time. Then you can take simple steps, like taking a wider turn, and completely avoid the risk. Plenty of hazards will be much more serious, but this same way of thinking can help you spot and avoid them. Just be willing to speak up when you see them to keep your coworkers safe. Once you see a hazard, you should always notify your supervisor of the hazard. Then we can begin with a strategy by singling out the hazards. Hazard elimination work starts with identifying and mitigating exposures to occupational hazards before work begins. The hierarchy of controls starts with the controls perceived to be most effective and moves down to those considered least effective. Elimination: physically remove the hazard. Substitution: replace the hazard with a lesser one. Engineering controls: isolate people from the hazard. Administrative controls: change the way people work. Personal protective equipment: protect the worker with PPE. Paying attention to your surroundings and concentrating on the task at hand is vitally important in keeping you and your coworkers safe. Here are some tips to help prevent these injuries at work and at home. Neatly store loose materials. Secure items that are stored at a height. Store heavy objects close to the floor. Open one filing cabinet drawer at a time to prevent a tip over. Wear the proper personal protective equipment for your environment, such as steel-toed shoes. Always walk behind moving equipment, if possible. Never obstruct your vision by overloading moving equipment. Only operate equipment that you're properly trained to use. Make sure all the safety devices on your equipment are in good working order before use. Use extra caution around corners, in high traffic areas and near doorways. There is a lot of talk these days about job safety analysis (JSAs), risk exposure assessments, work permits, LOTO procedures, etc. All of these are effective tools to figure out the smartest ways to work safely and effectively. Being hasty in starting a task or not thinking through the process can put you in harm's way. Plan your work and then work your plan.